A very good evening and a warm welcome to tonight's edition of Breeding to Win. We have a full show, so let's dive in and take a look what's in store for you on tonight's show. We bring you the Groom of the Month competition. We go back in time to one of the greatest match races in South Africa. Fee chats to Bryn Russell at Vasco's. Fee catches up with Vion Smith regarding the upcoming CTS Ready to Run sale. And last but not least, the Foal of the Month competition. Tonight we turn back the clock to the year 1990 and take a look at one of South Africa's greatest match races, which took place at Gosforth Park between Cliffy Otto's Divine Act and Michael Azzey's Brain Teaser.
But this is Brain Teaser's race. He's now showing what a class horse he is, because he's putting daylight between himself and the rest. And Brain Teaser is absolutely dodging this one. He must be 6 lengths clear at the line. Brain Teaser from Hooves of Gold.
Brain Teaser looks a horse in a million. He won his debut race by 10 lengths and then trounced Durban Nursery winner Hooves of Gold by 6 in the Snow Kruiwagen over 1,000 metres at Gosforth Park. But is he as good as Divine Act?
Divine Act going past the 200. The more they ask, the more he's giving them. Absolutely unbelievable. Annihilating his opposition. Believe me, must win this one by 15, maybe 20 lengths. Divine Act going away.
It was a sensational performance by Divine Act. He smashed the class record, he nearly broke the course record, and many have hailed him as South Africa's next champion racehorse, including his trainer, Cliff Otto. We've had a couple of top sprinters. How do you rate Divine Act amongst those?
I'd say he's better than anything I've ever seen. He's phenomenally fast.
Otto has no doubts Divine Act is a champion. But now listen to Mike Azzey, who trains Brain Teaser. Brain Teaser's record speaks really for himself, but what we don't know is just how good is he really.
Well, Francois, he's something of a phenomenon. He's a great animal. He's something special. I think I'm a very lucky guy to be associated with such a true champion at such an early stage of my career.
An act said will kick in Brain Teaser's brains. Is that possible?
Now you're asking me. Well, they have to think that way, because otherwise they wouldn't have wanted a match race.
Thousands of racing fans are now arguing about who is the better horse. The argument will be settled at Gosforth Park next Saturday, when these champions of the future 200,000 rand winner-take-all match race.
As you see, the moment of truth is about to happen. Brain Teaser, the last we looked at, 6 to 10. Divine Act, 11 to 10. And away they go in the 200,000 rand winner-take-all Gosforth Park Challenge. That's Pierre Stradum and Brain Teaser on the left-hand side. And on the right-hand side, in the red sleeves and the red cap, Charles van Boom and Divine Act. And there's nothing in it at this stage as they come down towards the 600-meter pole. If anything, Brain Teaser, perhaps a little surprisingly, matching strides with Divine Act, because we thought that Divine Act would go ahead early on and that Pierre Stradum would ride a waiting race on Pierre Stradum. But there's nothing to it as they come down towards the 400-meter pole. Brain Teaser possibly just the edge and going slightly the better. Divine Act is already starting to feel that right-handed whip, as you can see, but there's still nothing in it because the two are locked side by side. Now Divine Act starts to respond. Stradum's had to go for the stick on. And look at this. This is absolutely unbelievable. Divine Act has quickened away from Brain Teaser, and when you consider that Brain Teaser has won his first two starts by 16 lengths, there's no doubt we have a champion on our hands. Dick made a hack of Brain Teaser, and Michael Azzey is going to have to eat his words, because this is a racehorse, Divine Act.
Quite right, Graham. It's unbelievable how good Divine Act must be. Brain teases work at home. He murders top division horses like Hamilton Hill, Golden Climb, Cavalan. This afternoon he couldn't hold a candle to Divine Act.
If you're a racing fan, enjoy good food, a good vibe, and live in Cape Town, then most likely you would have enjoyed Vasco's hospitality. Fee chats to part owner at Vasco's, Bryn Russell.
We're here at Vasco da Gama Tavern in Cape Town this morning. It's a Friday and everyone is very busy getting ready for a hectic afternoon. And Bryn Russell has taken some time this morning to chat to me and give me an update on what's been going on at Vasco's. Bryn, lovely to have you on the show.
Always lovely to have you here.
You've been a busy man, you've been doing lots of travelling, so we haven't been able to get in touch with you, but good to have you back in Cape Town, and it's been very, very busy here at Vasco's, hasn't it?
No, it has been. I mean, we've had a phenomenal year, and we're looking forward to the World Cup Rugby, which starts, I think, in about a week's time. And we finish the World Cup Rugby, and then we start with the sevens, and then it's the crazy, silly season again. So, yeah, we've had a great year, for which we're blessed. The horse racing has also been good. We're still getting a lot of support from the locals. The guys are coming here a lot. We're having a lot of fun next door, and as I was saying to you, we've upgraded next door a little bit. We put in new flooring to make it a little bit more warm and more comfortable. And yeah, but all's good at the Vasco.
Yeah, absolutely. It never stops here because there's so many sporting events and people just love to come here anyway, especially on a Friday afternoon. You're going to be very busy this afternoon.
Yeah, I think I'll have to stay this afternoon just to make sure that everything's okay. But yeah, Fridays are a good day. Fridays and Saturdays are probably the most popular days here now at the moment. You can definitely feel that there has been a little bit of downturn. People are feeling the economy at the moment, but we're very blessed that with all the sport and that we still get good support.
And just to refresh everyone's mind, next door, when you spoke about next door, that's where people can actually have a little flutter and have a bet on some of the sport.
Yes, now we've had that has certainly picked up. There are a lot of people. You get your regulars that are coming here, sitting down, having a pint and having a little bit to eat and having a small bet.
And I can't believe it's the end of the year. We were just chatting off air. I mean, it's ridiculous. We're nearly at the end of the year. And there's going to be lots of end of season parties, Christmas parties, year-end parties, work staff parties. It gets even busier for you.
Yeah, no, we as again, I must just say we're very fortunate. We've got a lot of bookings already for the end of the year. It's crazy to think that people are starting their year-end functions in fact in the middle of October, which is what, 4 weeks to go. So we start with year-end functions there. We've got a couple of 21sts. We've got a couple of birthdays. Some of the older generation are having their 55th year. But yeah, we've been very blessed with the bookings, and that's so far so good.
And still open for bookings?
Yeah, always open for bookings. We'll always you always make a plan. I mean, you never say no. I mean, we've got the upstairs private function room as well. We've got the bar across the road, and we've got this place and that place. So we can accommodate up to 300 people. So we're always open.
I can't believe just how Vasco's grown over the years. It used to be just a small bar and a small eating area, but it's grown and it's taken off and it's been so successful. People love coming here.
No, thank you for that. Yeah, I think so. I think we've tried to maintain the winning formula, and that just you want it to be kind of like the pub cheers where they say everyone knows your name. So we try and keep it very personal in that. So you try and make sure that everyone who comes here has a good deal and has a good time and gets good value for money.
Yeah, I think you've got a very good balance because you've obviously got the screens, you've got the sports, the guys all love it, but the ladies love it here too. And you can have a lovely meal, delicious wine. Yeah,
I have to say, I must be careful because in the bad days, Vasco was a men's only pub, but we've actually managed to get rid of that sticker. And now you find a lot of ladies that are very relaxed to come here and they only have tables of 4 or 6 or 2 ladies on their own, or even there are a couple of ladies who feel quite relaxed just to come and have a drink here and even have a bit of a bet. So for that, we're very grateful.
Yeah, you've certainly got a really good balance now, and absolutely a team of wonderful staff. They're always so friendly.
Yeah, no, we've got the best. I mean, we are again very blessed to have them. We have a really good team that works here. I mean, we've got a new general manager who's starting on the 1st of October. Colin, he comes from the Rockwall, so he's gonna come here because, as you say, I mean, this place is growing and it's no longer a mama papa shop. So we've got to make sure that we're keeping everything under control.
Yeah, well, as I said, it's always very busy, but the festive season's going to be wonderful, and I'll look forward to being here a few times as well. Talking of the racehorses, you've had a fair season. You've had the winners have been rolling in, but what have you got to look forward to in the new season?
I think, yeah, we've had a nice season. I think we've been. I mean, you know, my Rock of Gibraltar, Mr. Steyn, he keeps them coming in. But the big excitement for us now is obviously our little champ Marinaresca, who's in Singapore. Again, I just have to say thank you to Jessica and Steve for this beautiful boy. I mean, he really is a special little guy. I mean, he's got a big. I've got a huge soft spot for him. He's in Singapore at the moment. He had a little bit of a leg injury when he came across from Dubai. That seems to be okay now. So, and I think in a week's time he runs in the Raffles Cup, which is a bit short for him. It's only 1,600 meters. And then about a month later, he's running in the Queen's. I think it's the Queen's, not the Queen's Plate. It's the Queen's race, which is 1,800. And then hopefully in November he'll run in the Gold Cup. So you know hopefully he'll have a good chance. And you never know. We're going to need a lot of luck, but we're just so lucky and so privileged to have him running in Singapore. So
yeah, I couldn't agree more. I'm looking forward to seeing him out again. And to be honest, he really didn't disgrace in his Dubai campaign, because he'd been off the track for so long and he actually ran well.
No, I think he did very well. I mean, I think for him to have gone through what he had to go through just to get there. I mean, he's a tough little guy. So he did us very proud. And I mean, as I say, I know Marshy's had one or two horses overseas, but for myself personally, I mean, to have this little guy, say we've had a horse running in Dubai, now we've got a guy in Singapore is wonderful, and then we're looking forward to him coming home.
Yeah, and it's exciting for you though. You guys can go over to Singapore and have a good time and watch your horse run.
Yeah, I think we're going to take full advantage of that, and Singapore's not a bad place. You know, we're very grateful for all the support that we get here at Vasco from the racing people, because we get a hell of a lot of support, and it's always wonderful for them to come here and to make this place their home.
Yeah, and we started the new season with all the future races coming up, and you'll be sponsoring your day again at the racecourse?
No, for sure. We definitely hope that the Vasco Day is going to grow from strength to strength. We did it together with Lady Laidlaw last year, and I think it worked very well. Yeah, so we're hoping for a good day. I think, look, that's in February, but before you know it, we're going to be in February, as you said. The one horse I did forget to mention to you, who I think is our real champ in South Africa at the moment, is a horse called National Park. Okay, I think he's one of the only horses to have beaten Hawam, so that we use that as our bragging rights. But he's looking really good at the moment, and I think we're hoping to bring him down from PE to have a go at the Queen's Plate. So let's hope he stays fit and sound. That's
very exciting. That's really something to look forward to. And why not? He ran a cracker that day when he did beat Hawam. That was a super race.
No, he did, and he got, again, this is probably our bragging rights, but he got horse of the year in PE, and so we're hoping he's going to come and cause a little bit of an upset here.
Yeah, congratulations. Well done with that. Well, Bren, thank you for taking the time to chat to us. I'm looking forward to being here over the festive season and seeing you on the racecourse. You're really doing a wonderful job here. Well done.
Thank you very much, and we hope to see a lot more of you here. You know, I mean, you always promise to come back and visit, but we're going to make sure you do it.
I certainly will do over the coming months. Thank you, Bren.
Thank you.
Always lovely to be at Vasco da Gama with Bren Russell, and he's always very accommodating. He always looks after us very well when we come and dine here, and he's very good with his interviews, and it's been a very interesting interview this morning. Lots happening, lots of Christmas bookings coming up, and of course we've got to watch those youngsters on the racecourse as well.
The CTS Ready to Run sale takes place on Friday, the 22nd of November. Fee catches up with Vian Smith, who tells us more.
We're sitting here at Durbanville Racecourse. It's a little bit breezy, but so much excitement is coming up because we've got the CTS Ready to Run sale happening here on November the 22nd. And with me is CEO of Cape Thoroughbred Sales, Vian Smith, to give us an update. Vian, as I said, sitting here at Durbanville Racecourse, and the sale's around the corner.
Yeah, absolutely. I can't believe it. It's literally only a couple of months away, and we're very excited about the catalogue, and it's looking good.
Entries have now obviously closed for this sale. A good big catalogue?
Yes. You know, last year the catalogue was quite small, with only I think it was 116 horses, and this year it looks like we'll have at least 170 in the catalogue, which really means there's going to be lots to choose from for our buyers, and and there's some real quality. Just looking on paper, all the all the top sires are well represented, and some very exciting pedigrees. So yeah, looking good.
It's always a lovely sale to attend, and always some lovely horses have come off it, and proven results.
It is, and it's become a real week or a weekend with the gallops followed by the actual sale, and then of course the ready to run race at Kenilworth, which will again be run for R2.5 million this year. So lots of excitement in that week.
Yeah, and all those horses are now busy prepping and getting their work in and getting ready for those gallops.
Yes, absolutely, and. I think ready to run sales have been around in South Africa for quite some time now, and the vendors seem to have really got the recipe right in terms of getting those horses ready enough to show their their abilities and show them the actions, etc. without being pushed too hard, and the sale's also quite late in the year. It's the second last weekend of November, the sale being on the 22nd of November, and the gallops on the morning. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see who turns out.
And this year is just absolutely whizzed by. I mean, the ready to run will be over with, and then before we know it, it'll be your big sale in January, book one on 16th of January. Yeah,
amazing. I mean, the guys are actually busy with the selections process now, and we've had the entries are closed for that sale. We've had a really good response. Again, on paper it looks magnificent, and I had a catch up with Rick Wiley and Kerry Jack and John Cromer just the other day after the first week of selections, and they were very impressed with what they saw. So looking forward to putting out a bumper catalogue again.
Yeah, it's hard to believe selections have started already, and yeah. Rick Wiley is new on the panel, and he's from New Zealand, and he's got a very good eye for a good horse.
Yeah, apparently I just had the pleasure of meeting Rick when he came down now, and a wonderful guy, and a guy that's also known in the industry. He's got a lot of friends in the South African industry. Amazingly, it's only his second trip to South Africa, and we really feel that getting an international selector like him involved in the process not only gives our vendors great input, but it also just exposes the catalogue and our sale to the world in terms of Rick going back to the circles that he moves in, and we certainly saw that last year with Badger, Richard Gordon involved, and we're hoping we'll have the same or similar result this year. Yeah,
it's always nice to have some new blood on the panel, and it makes it a little bit more exciting, doesn't it, having someone different every year?
Yeah, it does, and I think speaking to Kerry, it's great for Kerry also to go around with Rick and learn from Rick, and the sales really become such an international. It's part of the international sales roster in every way, and to have Rick out there going to all the yearling sales and Northern Hemisphere sales in particular, it's great to have another ambassador for the South African product out there.
And once again, I assume we can expect some really good pedigrees in the catalogue.
Yeah, absolutely. We had a quick look through it the other day before the selections process started, and there's again a very nice representation of the big size and lots of quality on the dam side as well. So I don't think we'll disappoint with the catalogue this year.
No, lots to look forward to. And even though the programme's slightly changed and the Met's on a different day, it's all still very close together, the sales, when we've got the international visitors out here, and we should get good attendance.
Yeah, absolutely. We were forced to relook the actual date of the sale, given that the Met was moved to a week later, and that caused a clash with the mining Indaba that's on at the convention centre, so we were forced to relook. But I'm actually quite comfortable and excited about the change in date. And now, we've been obviously in that week running up to the Met, which comes with its challenges, and to now be just the week after the Queen's Plate gives an entirely different perspective, or entirely different opportunity for particularly the international visitors who can now come down and maybe come early and come watch some cricket at Newlands, and then attend the Lomron's Queen's Plate Festival, and then we go straight into sales week. So it's going to be interesting what that dynamic brings to the sale in terms of interest.
And Adrian Todd's been working very hard on the export protocol, and let's hope we just get closer and get that sorted before the sale comes along.
Yes, for sure. I was actually giggling yesterday when Adrian arrived at a meeting I was attending, and whatever room he walks into, he just gets the same question every single time, and he's definitely had a lot of practice in answering that question. But I hear really positive things. I think there's real progress, and I know Adrian is confident of getting a solution this year. There's a lot of factors and a lot of moving parts, and there's lots of things that's out of his and out of the committee's control. But we're very hopeful, and we know the massive impact that it will have, and in terms of selling our product internationally. So we, at this stage, we hold thumbs, that's for sure.
I've hardly seen anything of you recently. You've just been so busy. Obviously, we've got foaling season on the go. We've got the stallions have started their mating for the new season. It's just a constant wheel of things happening. And of course, we've started our new season with the first feature race with the sophomore last weekend, and it was won by 3-2 Charlie. And he's one of your graduates from one of yourselves.
Yes, absolutely. I spoke to Rod Matthijssen Sunday morning, who owns 3-2 Charlie, and he was super excited. And always great to start the season with a feature like that. And it's such an interesting time of the year, you know. So all the 3-year-olds that came from the yearling sale last year, and also from the Ready to Run sale, are now starting to, almost determine their place in the pecking order before we get into the 3-year-olds feature. So very excited for Rod and for Anton Shepherd from Beaumont who bred 3-2 Charlie. And let's hope there's many more this season.
Absolutely. Well, you had a good season last year. I love seeing all your pictures, your Cape Thoroughbred horses winning. They're on Instagram and we see them on Facebook. It's lovely to just get updates and see how many of them are actually going through the ranks very well. Yeah, it is nice. Following social media these days, you really can keep up to date with what's happening. And from a personal perspective, the few winners that I've had, it's great to get the acknowledgement on social media and see everyone's comments and likes, etc. So definitely something to follow. Yeah, well, you're doing a fantastic job. Looking forward to the few months ahead, because it's going to be sales now. It's going to be really busy for you.
Yeah,
and
sure.
The Ready to Run is sure to be a successful sale and a good one to attend. Anyway, thank you very much for chatting to us. We will catch up with you again soon, I'm sure, but in the next few months. Best of luck.
Thanks, Fee.
Always lovely to chat to Vianne Smith and get a good update of what's happening with Cape Thoroughbred sales. It really is coming into sales season. We've got the Ready to Run sale here on Friday the 22nd of November, and before we know it, it'll be book one in January on the 16th of January, and I'm really looking forward to that. Some smashing horses catalogued. Spring is in the air and there are already many foals on the ground, and once again this year we'll be running our Foal of the Week competition. Last year we asked all breeders to send in a picture of their foals so that we could play them out on our show weekly, and at the end of the year we will select a foal of the season where the Breeding to Win team will reward that breeder with a lovely case of wine. I had so much fun looking at your lovely foal pictures last year, and I can't wait to get started this season. So please send your foal pictures in and we'll play out the first one on next Sunday's show.
Well, that's a wrap for this week's edition of Breeding to Win. Don't forget to join the team again next week for more Breeding to Win action. From myself, Julie Alexander, Grant Knowles and Fiona Ramsden, good night.